What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. And that welcome back is kind of also for me, JD. I'm glad to be back on the show, chopping it up, getting back to a little normal life here. So I'm excited to be back, chopping it up with you, and giving our viewers some baseball winners today. How are you today, JD?
Definitely, man. Doing well. Definitely glad you are back. I'm very glad to be back on this side now. Hosting just to kind of peel things back here. We've been doing this show for between 13 and 14 months now. And when we wanted to make this show, we started creating it about 2 months before we even started the show. And we came up with this duo here. And we came up with it for things to work out a certain way.
Yeah.
And that way was not me to be the host.
Yes, that is correct. I will be honest here. That is correct.
It is definitely glad to have you back.
I appreciate it, bro. I definitely appreciate it. And let's go over the comments. Everyone's saying some nice words. I put a bunch of them on the screen already. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the kind words. Stetsy Boy is here as well. I'm sure it's hot as balls in Indiana. It's been hot as balls here in New Jersey as well, bro. It has been a brutal week with the temperature. It's not like it's like 1,000 degrees. It's been like 90 degrees, but 500% humidity. It's been absolutely unbearable. Well, JD, it's a good day in sports today. Right behind me, we got the center match. You and I need center. So if anyone has any updates as that goes, because I can't really turn around and look that often, shoot them in the comments. We'd appreciate that. And we have a pretty good baseball slate as well. JD, how come I had to be away from a couple days? The Yankees finally turned into a decent baseball team. We'll go over all that in just a few minutes. But before we do, there's one thing we always do on the show, and it's go over our Thursday recap. I'll jump in here first, JD. I went 2-2, basically exactly even. We hit a plus money play with the Padres. The Mets in the early part of the day really effed us, not going to lie about that. 1-0 lead going into the 8th. They brought in Stanek, who I call Stank. He's an absolute gas can, and I believe it was on the second or third pitch to Gunnar Henderson. He took him deep. Then I believe the next batter took him deep as well, and that ended the game. Basically right there, the Mets weren't able to get the bats going, but decent day, went about even, so no harm, no foul. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
Good, man. Ended up being a 4-2 day, which, really should have been a sweep. Lost, I actually got hooked on the actual Cubs game over. That was kind of a nasty hook because they had 7 runs through actually 5 innings.
Mm-hmm.
And then lost last night on that Diamondbacks and Padres over. They had over 30 men on base. I think it was 33 or 34. And only ended up putting up 7 runs. That's like kind of hard.
Yeah.
To actually do that. So it was actually still a very good day. But I really do think it should have been a sweep. And actually one of the things you just brought up, I'm gonna bring back up again. Bruce says here, Baltimore lock. Man, Bruce, I do have to give you credit, man. You've been on. Like actually, when you come in here and drop these locks, you've been on them. But I do have to ask you, if you don't mind, just really quickly, just type out why here. Because I was very close to being on the other side here. So I'm just wondering why you think it's a lock.
Yeah, would love to hear why on that. And as you're doing that, Bruce, JD, I think it's a good time to go into our first game of the day. You ready to dive into a little MLB action?
Yes, if I can get this off the screen.
I don't know what's on your screen, but I can put this in front of both of us so no one can see us for a second. That's always nice. And we are ready to dive into a little MLB. JD, let me intro this one. We are going to be going up. We have Bruce's answer. Kramer at home. Kramer's been good. He's been a fade pitcher for me over the last couple of years, but so far over the last month or so, he has been pretty good as of late. JD, thoughts on that?
I'm not seeing it. I still have my end of stream right here. Must be.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, this isn't what anybody needs today. Oh, nobody needs the Alpha Show. I'll tell you that. Nobody. I think it's JD who's currently gone. I don't think it's me. So, oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. I don't even have to pass it over to anyone. I could just kind of talk to myself. So here we go. Just kidding. JD's back. I'm not going to do that to you guys. JD, thank God you're here. Nobody wanted the solo Alpha Show. Nobody. Okay. Comments were going crazy saying, get this guy off my screen. We need JD back. JD, we got you back in the saddle. You good to go?
Yeah, everything looks good now. Yeah, I don't know. Like, everything just froze. Like, I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, Kramer at home. I mean, for me, that doesn't really, you know, say a whole lot to me. Like as far as the Marlins go, they have been a great road dog. And actually, there's a spot there in here. Like I said, there's one I didn't actually bet. It came close. The number I just wanted a little bit more there. But yeah, that was just interesting to see why you thought that was a lock.
Absolutely. I appreciate the comments, Bruce. Thank you for giving us something to talk about. We appreciate it. And Bruce is also saying Baltimore has covered the last 3 Friday games at home. God, I hate those stats so much. But if you like some of those trends, there you go. You found one you like to get in. So let's see the Orioles get it done because I'm not on the other side. So, Bruce, I'm rooting for you. Let's go Orioles. All right, JD, let's intro this Yanks-Cubs game. Pitching for the Chicago Cubs. Oop, I'm definitely low.
You back? You're still up there. We just can't hear you.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
I may be back. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. This is fun. Give me 1 second, guys.
On.
We apologize. We told you beginning of the week, StreamYard.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard.
There we go. Am I good? I can hear again. StreamYard's been having some crazy. They're going through a lot of changes, guys. They're upgrading the platform that we use. You could ask JD when I logged in today. I said, what the fuck is all this shit in the I don't know what any of this does anymore. So bear with us. They're doing a lot of cool upgrades. Hopefully they'll do something useful that makes the show better going forward. So we'll have more on that. Back over to this game. Pitching for the Chicago Cubs today is Chris Flexen. He is 5-0 on the year, guys, with a 0.83 ERA. Former KBO superstar Chris Flexen has been fantastic this year. For the Cubs, he's been mostly used as a reliever, guys. He's only pitched 32 innings, but in those 32 innings, he's allowed 20 hits, 8 walks, 2 homers, and has picked up 17 strikeouts. On the other side, for the Yanks, they have an all-star pitcher on the bump today, just added to the all-star game about 10 minutes ago, Carlos Rodon, 9-6 on the year with a 3.3 ERA. JD, all that being said, what do you like in this matchup?
Center. Let's go center. Let's fucking go.
Oh, we got a break? We got a break?
Got a break.
Love it.
Guys, this one for me, when we first put this game on there, this line has now moved. I played the Yankees team total over 4.5 runs. It was a little bit juiced. I believe I got it at either -135 or -140. But guys, this actually Yankees offense is heating up. They have scored at least 5 runs in 10 straight games now. So this being at 4.5, that was just a very simple click. Like that was just a no-brainer there, especially versus Flexen, which if you just look at his numbers for the year, I mean, they kind of look good. But Chris Flexen is not good. He is not the guy that he used to be back years and years ago here.
Like when he was in the KBO?
Yeah. But actually, when you look at the Yankees lineup, just what these guys who have faced him, what they've done, literally every single guy that has faced him, they have all hit him well, like every single one of them. So for me, yeah, this was just a very easy Yankees team total over. If you want to do first 5, you can probably still get a 2.5. It's probably a little juiced, but I don't mind that. Or if you want to take the full game at actually 5.5, you should still be able to get at least a +105 or +110 there. Also, don't mind that.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I do think the Yankees will continue to score, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what happens when you play players at their actual position on both sides of the field. The Yankees finally stopped playing 400 people out of position. Jazz Chisholm has slid back to second base. DJ LeMahieu's been DFA'd because he's a statue, couldn't play defense, couldn't do anything. He was hitting okay, but he was hitting soft bloopers that wasn't sustainable. He wasn't going to be able to be on the team long term. They finally went with a solidified batting order. Jason Dominguez has been the leadoff guy for 3 straight days. They've kept the same order together for 2 of the 3 games, only switched up a couple guys for the righty-lefty splits. But I love what the Yankees have finally done. They've gotten some consistency. They've gotten an identity. They've become a better team because they finally stopped playing guys out of their position. And look what's happened. Jazz Chisholm has been raking. He's been doing unbelievable. This Yankees team has some continuity. They're able to score some runs across the board. We even saw a guy like Anthony Volpe make an unbelievable slide in extra innings yesterday to win the game. So this team is finally starting to click. Guys are playing a little more comfortable because they're in their natural position and they know where they're going to stand in the batting order the next day. It's no longer putting Judge at 2, then at 4, then at 3, Dominguez at 1, Dominguez at 6, Dominguez at 8. They were flipping too many guys. There was no consistency. They're finally doing the right thing by putting guys in the proper order and sticking to what they're doing. In this game, JD put it perfectly. This Yankees lineup has seen Chris Flexen before, and they have hit him very hard. The Cubs have to travel to New York as well after being in Minnesota. They didn't have an off day, so it's a travel day for them. The Yankees are staying home after their series with the Mariners, and I think the Yankees are going to have a big performance against Chris Flexen in this game. I'm parlaying the Yankees today with the Tigers, who have Skubal on the bump against Luis Castillo, and the Mariners, who I just said were in New York, had to fly to Detroit and take on Skubal today. Tough recipe for success for the Mariners in today's game. So yet again, my parlay of the day for today is going to be the Yankees and the Tigers. You can currently get that at a plus 118. That's exactly what I am playing here. Any props you like in this game, JD, or let's move on to the second one?
For this game, I didn't look at props, but this is probably a good home run prop game.
That's why I was asking you. I think the ball's going to fly tonight.
Yeah, it really should. Yeah, I just hadn't looked at it yet. You know the Judge number is going to be stupid low.
Stupid. He's going to be the one guy in the entire game you can't take because he's going to be like a minus or a plus 100 or a plus 150, something crazy. And as you're looking at that, I'm going to tweet out the next game we're going to be breaking down. So give me 1 second here.
Maybe even like a Volpe. You can probably get a pretty good number there.
And Volpe.
Yeah.
Ugh. Not a guy I ever want to have a bet on. I'm gonna be honest with you here.
I'm just saying, but
that guy.
I'm actually trying to think of somebody who's actually.
Maybe
or actually going to be larger odds.
Maybe Volpe. He had that big slide at extra innings that won the game. Cal Raleigh, platinum glove catcher, had the ball with Volpe about halfway up the line. How did you just not turn, block the plate, and tag him? Don't get me started, but great slide from Volpe either way. Maybe that gets him rolling. Maybe that gives him a little confidence. Maybe he starts hitting the ball because, unfortunately for Volpe, he's become what's the right term here? A villain in New York. That's what happens when you don't perform for a couple years. He's getting booed at the stadium. Every radio station locally is saying they got to get rid of this kid. He's not Jeter. The only thing that's going for him is he had a picture with Jeter as a kid. Yada, yada, yada. There's also a kid in the Yankees farm system named George Lombard who's really starting to come onto his own and hit. So a lot of pressure has been on Anthony Volpe as of late. Hopefully, this will turn him around. So maybe he does have a homer tonight with a little improved confidence. All right, JD, let's keep moving to the second game.
I actually do like what Joe said in the comments there. Judge over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I don't necessarily like the total bases, but I do like the HRR though.
The one thing that scares me with Judge right now is he's getting walked a lot. What is the Cubs' philosophy going to be in this series? With Judge, I like to see what they do in the first game because we saw what they did in Toronto to Judge, right? The Yankees had men on first and second, 1 out, chance to tie the game, and they intentionally walked the bases loaded with Judge there. So you just got to see what the Cubs are doing, in my opinion, because we'll see what their manager is kind of planning for the series, because if they're going to be intentionally walking Judge, it's going to be hard to hit that total. But if they don't, I love that play because he should be able, especially tonight, should be able to rock Chris Flexen.
Yeah.
All right, JD, let's keep it moving right along to a team that I can't stand. The New York Mets taking on the Kansas City Royals. JD, I have a fun fact for you. Over the last month, who has won more baseball games? The Colorado Rockies or the New York Mets?
Over the past month?
Over the past month.
I guess it's the Rockies.
It is. They've won 8 games, and the Mets have won 6. The Rockies have won 8 games over the last month, and the New York Mets, with a $10 gazillion payroll, have won 6. That's pretty bad. Yep. That's pretty bad. So let's break down this one. JD, the pitching matchup in this game. Kodai Senga, the Mets' true ace, is pitching for the Mets tonight. He's 7-3 with a 1.4 ERA and a 1.1 WHIP. On the other side, Waka Flocka Flame, Michael Waka is 4-9 on the year with a 3.83 ERA and a 1.3 WHIP. JD, the price of this game, what I'm seeing in this game, the line on this game means you got to take the Mets, and that is scary. What are your thoughts about this game with Senga on the bump?
Well, yeah, this game is priced like this because we got Waka Waka on the mound here. And man, he's just been getting hit, man. As far as his stuff, especially the past couple games, it just has not looked good. Best way I could say is really as far as his off speed stuff, that has to work for him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to say it. All his off speed stuff almost looks like it's just like floating actually like over the actual plate. And that's not good. I mean, you're just going to get smacked. And this is a Mets lineup that can definitely do that. Then on the other side, Mets, they got Senga back tonight. This is actually going to be his first start. Nothing against him. I mean, like he's somebody that I definitely like. It's just going to be, I don't really like to back guys on that first start back unless they've had a bunch of like rehab starts. And I know like he's definitely in form, but I'm not sure that he is actually in form here. And the Royals, well, watch out. The Royals have actually been playing some actually decent ball. The offense has actually come to life here. Then you have another factor tonight, and that is it is going to be extremely hot, and we got the winds blowing straight out to center field. All of that to me is give me the over here. I actually got this at 9. It's 9.5 in most spots. You can still get a 9. I know at Bet365, you do have to lay a little bit of juice there at -125, but I don't mind that. I do think that both teams here are able to put up some runs. Are you on mute?
I am muted. I do think we could see some runs in this game, but I am a lot more comfortable taking the Mets in this spot. I think we're getting a buy low spot with how bad they have been playing. You can get them at a -130 to -135 right now. And this team should do a good job hitting Michael Wacha. I know Senga's just coming off the IL as well, but when this guy pitches, the Mets win. Period. End of story. When this guy starts games, the Mets win ball games. And I'm a big Senga fan. I know the Royals offense has been getting clicking as of late, but you have to go over who they're just played. They did just sweep the Pittsburgh Pirates, who, JD, I know we spoke last when I was on the show on Monday, that they were a team that you backed a couple times last weekend. They were starting to cool off. Yeah. The Pirates are back to who they are. Yeah. They're back to being a bad offense, not a great defense. Outside of Paul Skeens, not a great pitching staff. They're back to being who we thought the Pirates were. So I'm not taking a ton from that series. Like I said, the Mets are coming off a bad series against the Orioles. They did lose 2 games yesterday. Very rare to lose both games of a doubleheader, especially against a team that you're significantly better than. But that's how it went down. I do think the Mets will have a bigger performance tonight going to Kansas City. They have a good pitcher to go up against in Michael Wacha, who doesn't throw very fast. JD put it perfectly. He's a slow pitcher. He needs to locate his spots, and he needs to have crazy break on his stuff. And against this Mets lineup, a couple mistakes, they're taking you deep. That's not the type of pitcher you want to back when you're going up against the Mets. So I definitely think the Mets offense will have a huge night. So JD, let's see a ton of runs in this game, and let's see the Mets pull off one as well. J-Bo is asking about the first 5. I'm taking full game. Nothing I like on the first 5 because I just got to see it play out. What do you think, JD?
Like I said, man, with Senga, I just don't know what we're going to get yet. I feel like it's very tough. But if I had to back a side, it actually would be the Mets. And it would be Mets first 5 because that was another point I didn't bring up. The Mets bullpen has been trash.
Yeah, dude. It's unreal.
So, yeah, as far as the full game over goes, there's another reason why I like that.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. All right, JD, you ready to move on to the next game, which I'm tweeting out right now?
Let's do it.
Hold on 1 second. And I'm calling them my team now because they kind of unfortunately are, even though I hate them. And the next game we're going to be breaking down is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Athletics. Pitching for the Blue Jays is the Scherz. Max Scherzer coming in 0-0 in the year with a 4.76 ERA and a 1.35 WHIP. Pitching for the Athletics is the highest paid pitcher in Athletics history. And he's repaid them handsomely this year by giving them a 2-10 record, a 5.3 ERA, and a 1.4 WHIP in Luis Severino. In 108 innings this year, Sevy has allowed 115 hits, 36 walks, 12 dingers. He's accumulated 73 strikeouts. Not a lot of strikeouts compared to the innings he's pitched, compared to the hits he's given up, compared to the runs he's given up. Has not been a great year so far for Luis Severino. Period. End of story, especially when pitching at home. He's complained about it in interviews. He does not like playing in this minor league stadium. He's been getting taken deep more than he likes. So, JD, all that being said, we got Scherzer in the Blue Jays. We got Sevy in the A's. What do you got?
Yeah, man. As far as Sevy goes, through most of the season to start out with, he was just bad at home. He was actually good on the road. And now he's just not good anywhere. His past couple road starts, he gave up 7 runs to the Tigers, 5 runs to the Yankees. And actually, then at home last time out, he gave up 5. I mean, that's a lot of earned runs in the past 3 starts. I mean, that's 17 earned runs in his last 3 starts. That is a lot. And then tonight, well, he is back home where actually he has had trouble the entire season. And that's because this like ballpark. I mean, like we like understand why. I mean, this actually ballpark is very tough to pitch in. And guess what? Tonight, it's not going to be easy because it's going to be, once again, it's going to be really hot. And we got the wind blowing out to left center field. And then you get on the top of that, you got this Blue Jays lineup. They've been hot. This actually Blue Jays team is just another one of those teams like the Yankees that are putting up runs. So I think tonight that they have a big game. Then on the other side, though, for the Blue Jays, we have Scherzer going. We've talked about it his last few starts. This is, Scherzer's not the same as he used to be. He has limited the earned runs, but he's had to really work for that though, because he's had a bunch of guys on base. So there could have easily been some actually really. I guess actually like a lot of runs given up in some of these games. And that's where against these A's, like we've talked about it all season, the lineup is not bad. No. It's really not. And once again, it's just in this particular ballpark, the weather like it is, I think Max is probably going to give up some runs also. I am all over the 10.5 here. I actually really like this play.
So I was looking at the over 10.5 before. So I have it up to 11 on most of my books, and I'm more comfortable taking the Blue Jays team total over 5.5 at -120 instead of the 11. If it was at 10.5, I would definitely take that. But I like having the over 5.5 for the Blue Jays. They're favored for a reason. If it plays out to what they're expecting, should be a 6-5 game is what the total's projecting. If that does happen, the Blue Jays will cover. I do think the Blue Jays are going to continue to hit well. They had a bad game 2 days ago against the White Sox, but the Blue Jays are rested. They had the off day yesterday. They're coming in ready to go, rested, and the bats will be clicking. I'm very confident that this Blue Jays lineup should be able to get all over Luis Severino. He has not been good all year. I've said it on this show consistently. A guy I like to fade and find spots to fade him. Like I said, he's 2-10 on the year. I think we see a ton of runs in this game. JD, I love your play. I think it goes over the over as well. And I do think if it goes over the over, that means the Blue Jays have put up a ton of runs. So let's see the Blue Jays score a ton of runs, and let's see you cash your over here. All right, JD. Are you ready to move to the final pre-planned game of the day? But I believe J-Bo dropped a couple in, so we'll get those as well.
I actually forgot that we had another game. So
did you?
I really did.
Well, it's a good game that we have, JD, and I'm going to bring it up right here. We have the Dodgers. We have the Giants. Pitching for the Dodgers is JD's guy, Dustin May. Don't know why I called him JD's guy, because I don't think JD likes him at all. But from now on, Dustin May is JD's guy. He's 5-5 on the year with a 4.5 ERA and a 1.32 WHIP. On the other side, Logan Webb, 8-6 with a 2.6 ERA. The Giants have, being straight up, fucked Logan Webb this year. 2.6 ERA, and they're only 8-6 with him on the bump. Not a good record for someone who's performed very well. JD, Giants are favored in the spot. They have the clear pitching advantage, but the lineup advantage is not even close. Who has the better lineup here? What do you got in this one?
They are. I have not made a play on actually this game yet, but just kind of looking at it here, yeah. Dustin May, he kind of used to be my guy. He has nasty stuff. He actually really does. But no, this year he has just not had it though. The numbers here are very interesting. The Giants are favored. They're around a -125. Total of 7.5. And I'm showing value on the Dodgers at this price because you can get a +110 on them currently. It's very tough for me to back Dustin May though. I've said that a ton this season. It's just very tough for me to do that. But you're getting this price because the Dodgers have lost 6 in a row. They've been swept 2 times now. And that's not something that you see very often. the Brewers, and then before that, the actual Astros swept them. So but they actually have had a day off. This is one of those times where when a team does have a break like that, and they are a team that's this good, that is sometimes where I will take that chance to actually back them. I'm also showing value on the over here though, because for me it looks like both teams will be able to actually get runs. I know as far as this ballpark is definitely not great for runs, but 7.5 still low, especially when you have as much firepower as you have here. I'm saying all that to say that I don't have a play yet. But if I had to do something, it would be full game over or Dodgers in some type of way. Dodgers money line or either Dodgers team total over, because that's
my play.
Because that's going to be really low.
3.5.
3.5 at probably almost no juice, right?
No, -110.
Yeah. See, yeah. So that would be the way I would look here.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm playing, JD. I think you talked yourself there. And the way you went, that's exactly what I was going to come say as well. The way you put it perfectly is the Dodgers have too much firepower to not score more than 3 runs in this game. Webb can give them 6 strong innings where he only gives up 1 or 2 runs, but you get the bullpen in there. This team is so good offensively. Even if the ideal game happens for the Giants where Webb gets out of there 0, 1, 2 runs after 6, the Dodgers still have the firepower that it would not surprise me that they still went over with only a couple innings to get runs on the board once Webb comes out. So for me, I'm absolutely going to be on the Dodgers team total over 3.5. You can get that at a -110 odds. All right, JD, we had a couple games dropped in here from J-Bo. Let me find where they are.
And I actually think I might be adding that one on.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely using that as a VIP play today. I think that's a sharp play. I think a lot of people are going to take the Dodgers on the money line. I could see the Dodgers losing. Dustin May could give up 10 runs in 2 innings. But I feel more comfortable that by the end of this game, the Dodgers will at least get to 4 runs and will cash our bet no matter what Dustin May does in this game. All right, J-Bo, you want us to talk the garbage game? Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second here. We got the Twins. What time's this game?
Skeens Day.
Is it Skeens Day? All right. I'll give you something, J-Bo. We could talk about it. Oh, God. Seeing his record is the most depressing thing in the world. It's a good pitching matchup. We got the Pirates. We got the Twins. Paulie Skeens on the bump, who is 4-7 with a sub-2 ERA, a 1.9 ERA, a 0.92 whip, and yet again, he's 4-7. That's so bad. On the other side is Joe Ryan. It is also Joe Ryan Day. Joe Ryan's 8-4 in the year with a 2.76 ERA. JD, let me tell you something. Watch out for Joe Ryan. This could be one of the last times we see him in Minnesota. I think he will be someone who definitely has the potential to be moved at the deadline, with the Twins being, how do you say this the right way? Eliminated? Definitely eliminated. They are 13 and a half games back behind Detroit. They are also behind Kansas City. Kansas City's ahead of them with a losing record. The Twins, like I said, they're 45-48, not having a good year, and I think it's about time they will start selling some players. But back over to this game specifically. JD, I broke down the pitching matchup. Anything you like in this game?
Yeah, just like in the chat, Jimmy, what he just said, man, the Pirates, whenever Skeens is on the mound, they just do not back him up.
Yep.
Am I showing value on the Pirate side? Yes. Just by my pure numbers, should I be on this side? Yes. Am I going to be? No. This is one because we have a full Friday night slate. This is just an easy one for actually me to just pass on. But yeah, Skeens. First off, Skeens this year has not been as good as he has been.
Yep.
He hasn't been bad, but he's not staying at the level that actually he was last year. As a matter of fact, there may be a new kid in town that may be kind of taking that spot away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But we can get into that some other time. But yeah, man, it would be Pirate as far as, like I said, just as far as value based. Yes, it would definitely be Pittsburgh or the pass. But for me, it's just going to be an easy pass. Yeah,
I'm passing as well in this game. It's tough. This Pirates team, they were good for a couple weeks, maybe not even a couple weeks, maybe a week. Now they're back to being the Pirates. They've lost 6 games in a row, guys. The Twins are also not very good. I know this is a weird play, and I'm not going to play it. But if I were to take anything on this game, be the over. Over 6.5. I know, very weird play because we have two really good pitchers here. But that 6.5 number is an over number. That is not an under number. Most games that have a 6.5 total do go over that. I believe it's 71%. So you could blindly bet that number all year long, and you would have been cashing like crazy. What happened?
I think that center just won the first set.
He looks happy. Djokovic looks sad. That's what I wanted to see when I turned around.
Say,
so we don't see it, but
I was about to say, like, I actually think he broke for the first set.
So one thing I wanted to bring up to you, JD, it has nothing to do with betting. So I know before the show started that I told you that Carlos Rodon was going to be added to the AL All-Star team. He's replacing Max Fried, who's not injured. How come so many players are electing to not play in the All-Star game this year? I mean, we were talking about that before the show, just like chatting it up, catching up because I've been away for most of the week. But how come so many guys are just electing to not play in the All-Star game? I mean, they're saying that Max Fried is pitching tomorrow for the Yankees. I mean, I get that, but you can't tell me he can't come in for an inning in the All-Star game, just one inning. He's electing to not go. We've also seen
at least be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we've seen a lot of big name guys also opt out. I mean, potentially for some trade reasons. Maybe they want to be healthy. Maybe their team wants them to be healthy. But we're seeing an abnormal amount of guys opt out of the All-Star game this year. And it's just a little odd.
Yeah, like I didn't realize actually like how many guys had opted out.
Yeah.
And I mean, besides the reasons that you said, the only other thing I can think of is like some of these guys, I mean, like half the season's done now. And, some of these guys may be truly tired and be like, I need to go to Mexico or, like wherever they go. They may be saying, that to me is worth more than actually being on the All-Star team.
Yeah, 100%. I'm 100% with you. So it's very interesting what we're seeing here with that. One big time player who opted out, who I think could be the trade, is going to be Jose Ramirez. He opted out of the All-Star game as well, fully healthy. They said he needs to rest up for the second half. I don't know if I said it on the show Monday. I've been talking about it with everyone over the course of this week. That I do think that the Guardians, I was going to call them the I word, the Guardians are going to blow everything up. I think they're going to need to do a full sale at the trade deadline. They are too far back to really make a push. Jose Ramirez is getting old. They really do need to rebuild, and I think they're going to move in a package deal. Jose Ramirez and Clase, their elite closer. So we'll see what team wins that prize. That is my bold prediction. I do think both of those guys will be moved in a singular deal at the trade deadline. And I hope it's the New York Yankees who need a third baseman and a closer. So I'm not saying it'll be the Yankees, but I definitely do think they do get moved. I think somebody will win that sweepstakes there. JD, any big names you expect to get traded at the deadline before we get out of here today? And we do want to talk about this Tigers-Mariners game quickly as well.
Big names to get traded. Yes, I actually had a few in mind.
You texted me one that was crazy. Like, not this week, it was last week. Crazy. I don't know if you want to put that on record, on camera, but you had a couple. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, it made sense what you broke it down, but.
All right, yeah. As far as the Braves go, I've been trying to figure out what the hell the Braves are like going to do because this season is washed now. I mean, they're just everything's fucked. I mean, like the pitching, there's so many guys hurt. Everybody's fucked. But as far as actually like Acuna goes, and I was like, this could technically make sense. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of reasons, like I said, that I like went in behind that of how it could make sense. But after like over the past week, actually like digging in and reading some things and hearing some things, it sounds like there is no way that they're going to trade him.
That's what I felt.
Matter of fact, there's been actually a few not official offers, but some teams putting together some things.
I could see it.
They were laughable. Like, there's no way that like the Braves would ever make these trades. They were nowhere close on the actual value there.
Yeah.
As far as actually Chris Sale, there was another big name they were saying to make it go. But now I don't think that they're going to do that with the pitching.
Well, you can't really get rid of Sale either because who's going to buy him when he has another 45 days on the IL and then comes off the IL? You don't know how good he's going to be to ramp up for the playoffs. There's not a lot of time. So I think that injury, because I brought that up like a couple months ago to you as well, that Sale was a target on a 1-year deal that I thought could get dealt at the deadline if they didn't pick it up. But because of the injury, I think that has taken him off the trade block, in my opinion.
Yeah. And they, because of some of the actual like injuries, they honestly really need him for actually next year. They like need him to be that guy. So that's kind of another thing too. I don't know, man. They're just as far as the Braves go, I could see probably Ozuna going. That's probably one of the bigger names I could see going there.
As do I. I could see him going as well.
We could go through all the teams and say a lot of names. But anyway,
good news on that, though, JD. I have a feeling we're going to be talking a lot about the trade deadline over the next couple weeks because we only have a couple weeks left, and I think we'll be able to put our top 5 big bold predictions. We'll have some fun with that. We'll even get J-Bo's top 5 bold predictions. You guys want to put any bold predictions out there? We'll put them on our sheet to show everyone. We're all going to make our own predictions, so I think that'll be a ton of fun there. JD, one more game J-Bo was asking us about. I've already gone over my plan this game, so I'm going to kick it to you. Tigers-Mariners. We know the pitching matchup. Luis Castillo pitching for the Mariners. Pitching for the Tigers, Tariq Skubal. 10-2 for Skubal on the year. I parlayed the Tigers with the Yankees. I gave that out on the Yankees breakdown, but what do you like in this one?
I don't have an actual official play. I did in the actual Discord VIP chat. I did send out a play in this game. And that is the Tigers, then parlayed with that man playing actually tennis right back there.
Oh, the center.
Yep. Because I got that parlay, and you were able to, like actually last night, I was able to parlay it for like a plus 107 or something like that. So that's one I really like. But yeah, this is just a mismatch game, man. Just all around from the starters to the lineup, just like everything here.
Yeah.
This would definitely be a Tigers play. I don't want to lay the run line because the Tigers just never want to cover the run line for actually me for just some reason.
They don't cover the run line ever. Never, ever, ever bet a minus 1.5 on the Skubal day because everyone does it and the books know that. Everyone bets the Tigers minus 1.5 literally every time Skubal's on the bump. And they consistently do not win by 2 runs. Let me pull that up here, JD. That's a great point. Let me see. God, his record at home is amazing. And now I look like an idiot. Because in his last 5 starts, they've won every single one by more than 2 runs. I'll admit when I'm wrong about something, but early in the year, they were not. Early in the year, they were losing. They were winning most games by 1. And yes, I'm pulling it up here. The last 5 starts, one of them was in extra innings, but they have won every single start by at least 3. So to be honest here, 3. But after that, it was 5-4 win, 6-5 win, 2-1 win. So a lot of them did not go over. They're probably at about 50%. It's looking like this year on his starts to win by at least 1.5, but I've had no success doing it. So I am going to continue to find a parlay piece for him, then take the 1.5. What do you think, JD?
Yep. Totally agree there. And I do have to bring up something that actually Joe said like here. and I definitely feel like a lot of people think that way, but I am deep in my NFL prep currently.
Good.
Especially on the season wins. There's the market that I am looking at now, and I believe the books have them at 7.5 wins, and it's kind of gross, and it's not my favorite one. I definitely have a favorite one currently, but I am leaning the actual Cowboys to actually get over that.
Well, they got 2 free ones against my Giants, so you know they're getting 2 wins there. So you only need 6 more throughout the whole year. So
yeah, there's probably not one of the season win totals a lot of people are going to like, but that's one that I'm definitely strongly leaning to the over. And I have a couple that I really like, and I think I'll like save those. We actually probably need to do a show on that soon.
We're going to be doing a lot of NFL futures, NFL shows when we get into August, because you guys understand in August it's still just summer baseball. People need a little bit of spice in their betting life, so we'll be taking you guys down the road of college football futures, NFL futures, what we like to happen in the season. A lot of cool and fun shows upcoming in the very near future for Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. All right, JD. Well, there's one more thing we have to do on the show. You ready to go over our best bets of the day?
Let's do it.
Oh, God, they changed everything on me again, even for this. Let me find it. There it is. Best bets for today, Friday, July 11th. JD, I'll let you go first. Do you have 1? Do you have 2? Do you have 5? How many best bets do you have for the people today?
Center just broke again. He's
no, this is over. It's over. And then you look on Twitter, everyone's saying, damn, it's sad seeing Novak decline like this. I don't think he's like crazy declining. I just think when you're this advanced, he's older and he's played so many matches, and he fell in the last game of his last match. And I think he's a little banged up going into it.
And also, Center is that good.
He's also like the number 1 in the world. I mean, I know a lot of people don't believe in him because he is a cheater, but he is really good at what they call tennis.
Well, I will have to say, sorry, before my best bet, I will have to say that. As far as the whole steroid thing, I will say now everybody else who has been kind of halfway caught, when they came back, they did not play well. He came back after what, there's actually 3 months, and he has not lost a beat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like kind of interesting there. But anyway.
I mean, wait. Wasn't there a match a couple rounds ago? So you guys know I don't give out tennis bets. I've been betting it for fun and in the SoBet competition, not to my clients, nothing like that. Just been trying to get into a little bit more and learn. Didn't he win because someone got hurt and he was down big? Like big.
Yes.
So, I mean.
And actually, he looked like he was hurt there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like I said. And then that was a big thing with his next match. People were wondering, is he going to play, on all this stuff? But he came back and looked fine. So,
yeah. And he clearly looks fine today as I turn my head here. Oh, it is so over. I don't want to say anything, but he is up. He won the first set 6-3, and he just won the third game of 3 in the second set. He is up 3-0 in the second set as well. So it looks like we are cruising along to see a Carlos Vercianic Wimbledon final. That'd be cool. That
would be cool. There's definitely the final that everybody wants to see. So.
I
was just about to say.
I
take that back. That's not the final everybody wants to see. But
everybody wanted to see Shelton Fritz. I know.
Oh.
That's what the people wanted. Shelton Fritz. And unfortunately, we're not going to be getting either in this year's final at Wimbledon in the men's. It'd be nice if we can get an American man to actually compete for a final in Wimbledon for the first time in, I don't know, since Agassi or Sampras. One of those guys probably did it, right?
Yeah.
All right, JD, back to best bets because we're going everywhere. What do you got?
All right. This is tough, guys, because a lot of the numbers on all my baseball plays today have all moved.
Mm-hmm.
Let's still give out that Blue Jays and A's over. You can still get a 10.5 at multiple books. If you have to take 11, I still like that. And I will say just to have that as just a normal bet size, because I will say as far as the 10.5, I am on that rather large. So
there we go. That's your play. I love that. JD, I'll go over mine. Scary Mets minus 130 with Kodai Senga on the bump. I think they get it done tonight. And my Dodgers to score over 3.5 runs. Dodgers team total over 3.5 against the Giants in the late game. JD, it was good to be back on here with you today. A little normalcy in my life. I'm not fully back yet, guys. I anticipate being gone probably for the majority of next week. I know we don't have a ton of sports, but I will be here whenever I'm able to be here for the foreseeable future. For now, this is only a temporary thing, unfortunately. So thanks for having me back, JD. It was nice to have some fun, get back to some normalcy, not think about everything going on currently. And I appreciate you letting me hop on today when I originally asked for today off. So a little behind the scenes, JD did me a favor by letting me come back on today and chop it up with you guys. I needed some normalcy, needed to talk to J-Bo, needed to talk to Joe, needed to talk to David, all of you out there. I missed you guys. I wanted to come back and have a good day with you guys. So I appreciate you having me today, JD. JD, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Yeah, for sure, man. It was definitely nice to have you back. And hopefully we can have you all the way back here soon.
We will.
And as far as next week, guys, it's the slowest week in sports.
There's no sports.
There kind of is no sports. There's a lot of tennis still. So actually, as far as VIP, we're still gonna be rolling there.
I'll do a tennis show if everything, if I'm able to. I'm down to run a tennis show, JD. I'm getting into it. You've been teaching me pretty good, right? I'm doing better. I got that sit in the center thing today. I've been hitting some good ones, so we're getting it together. JD's been teaching me a little bit.
We normally do something for the Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do remember last year we actually had that home run derby show.
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't even know when the home run derby is.
I believe it's Sunday, unfortunately. I could be wrong. No, maybe that's the last day of the MLB. I'm a little out of it this week, guys. You guys don't have some personal stuff, so I don't know the dates of when we have games. I've been waking up every day, able to look at the daily slate. That's about the bulk of what I've been able to do lately. But let's take a look here. MLB All-Star Weekend. That can't be right. Hold on. That can't be right. Is the Derby on Sunday? I was right? No. MLB.com has the worst schedule ever to look at it. It does not give you any information. Hold on one second. I could just look on the ESPN app. Why am I doing it on my computer?
July 14th.
I know how to find it.
It's July 14th. When is July 14th?
Monday.
Okay, so it's going to be Monday.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Y'all are just sitting here watching us.
Trying to figure out the baseball schedule. Yeah, right. Yeah,
If
because
it's on,
Sunday still has games. Tuesday's the actual All-Star game, which means Monday night
So,
is going to be
Monday's the
the
third.
opener contest.
I haven't looked at the lines for the actual All-Star game. I'm not even sure if they have any up yet.
They don't know. They do. I have the All-Star game MVP up.
Do you have an actual game lineup?
Let me see. No, I do not.
Because as long as that's playable, that is going to be a National League play. The actual National League team, I think, has the much better team out there this year. But no, guys, we're probably going to come on Monday. I don't know who is going to come on Monday, but somebody's going to come on Monday, and we will do a little fun, just like a little home run, little show there, and also probably give out any like All-Star game picks. Like I just said, the National League, I'm actually definitely looking to bet on them, even though I don't normally bet on that game. But this year, I do think they definitely have the edge. But yeah, and then besides that, we will figure out the schedule for the rest of the week because there's not much.
We'll be back when sports are back. I think that's the best way to put it. We'll see what's going on. If there's some tennis we can do, we'll get on here and we'll see what's going on with my schedule as well. JD, exciting news as well. Next week, last week in the AlphaDog, brother. I'm out of here on Friday. So very excited to no longer be interrupted by the drilling and the banging and the construction. So you guys won't have to hear that anymore. A lot of good stuff is coming to MoneyBall Metrics, and we're excited to bring it to you. JD, any parting words for the people before we get out of here? Any other announcements today for the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope everybody has some fun out there. And while we're out there having all that fun, let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, bro. We'll be back Monday. Same time, same place. Peace out, everybody.